Welcome, Internet people. Today we're going to go through some more old MU teasers I haven't covered yet. Not much to say for the intro, so I won't hold your time, and we'll move on to the first teaser. A cool and meaty shoe. The first key thing of note is the drawing of Arnold, signed by Lester. Which kinda surprised me due to Lester not being associated with the franchise. Though we don't have the context on how Alex gets this shoe. My guess is that we find this off a franchiser, either us fighting them or looting their corpse. What I'd also guess is that since it's a single shoe, I could see us returning the shoe to its owner, or us selling it back to Lester. It really could go either way. The final thing that I noticed is that on the bottom of the shoe, it has a crown emblem on it. Not sure if it is either King or Kung branded, though due to the shoe's semi-relation to the franchise, I would lean towards it being Kung brand. That's about all I have for the shoe, so we'll move on to our next teaser. Not a lot of speculation needed with this one, mainly because it is a direct remake, though I do want to point out how smooth and fluid the animations are. And I also enjoy this new design a lot, but besides those two facts, not much to really add on, so we can just move on to the next teaser. An interesting teaser, it mainly focuses on the endless waste. We see Alex with this buried and rotten roadside attraction, or what I imagine to have once been one. Now, the key feature of this odd deer monument is a bit hard to notice, but I think there's a hole in it, which makes me think it could be the remake for the tunnel that leads to downtown. Though, unlike the original, honestly kind of like questionably placed, like I wasn't sure who built that, but unlike that, it's probably going to be some gross inside melty tunnel of the monument. I gotta preface this. That roadside attraction looks very gross in like a really well done way. Though, yeah. I don't know if they'll add more to the tunnel system specifically. I imagine it'll be relatively the same, maybe a little more walking. We'll have to see for that one. I'm not particularly sure they'll change it too much. Another remake, this time with the sprites of Kung and Dill. Not much to say besides both of them looking good, and the three now sharing a similar color style between the three with the whites. And also, I suppose that Kung's cape looks more granular, like definitely leans into a superhero aspect to it. Not much to add besides that, so as normal, we'll continue on to the next teaser. Fringe Boy, now infinitized and sleeveless, is now smacking the shit out of a golden gamester. Honestly, it does interest me about the play-by-play of events. I'd have to imagine that means the dinner scene will lead to a different outcome. So I'd imagine that Fringe Boy, after the scene, leaves the gambling hole to go around killing people and gaining folds. Though I'm not sure if any other events would be different. The only thing that would be mainly different is that Tectonic didn't blow up and kill Fringe Boy in his self-detonation. I do wonder if we'll be able to fight Fringe, or we'll see him around downtown killing people beyond our reach. Also, a small comment is that I want to add is that the animation is very well done, with it being, well, I think it's just 2 to 3 frames. It's fascinating to look back on it. I'd say that's enough talking about Fringe himself, so we'll move on to our next teaser. The franchise's mantra, though instead of a cave, it's a sewer with dead bodies and likely hallucinogenic meat. I'm not sure where exactly the sewer entrance would be located though I'd imagine it's like vaguely near where it originally was, though most likely moved, since we have seen where, like the area where it was originally from in a different teaser. So we're going to have to wait and see for its exact location. Nothing major, but for fun fact, the dents are caused by Arnold punching in the wall. Though I do wonder if he also, now in this version, punched the sewer wall, which, Jesus Christ, that fucker's strong. We are like very lucky he is sleep deprived when Alex and Joel confront him, or we'd be fucked. Last but not least, this postcard is just straight up adorable. Legitimately, good job on whoever sprited this. Though I do wonder where we'll find this card or see it, mainly because it's a bit too clean for post-flash, though not sure where we would find it pre-flash. Though I guess there could be a non-zero chance that it is post-flash. Though I don't normally consider stuff from Wilburson to be an MU, but would be likely Joel could draw something like this during, like, whenever Alex and Joel have downtime, like in House Dust. Though I lean towards it being a bit too clean, so I lean towards maybe it's from the pre-flash. Though, it could also be a relic preserved over the years, like you'll just find someone who just happens to have a cat postcard that was drawn by Joel. It's an interesting thought to say the least, because I've never really thought about it until making this video about where we exactly will find this. It's just one of those things where we'll just have to see it. Now, as I think we've covered now all the non-sprite sheet images and also all the GIFs related to MU. We've covered it. It's fun to write and talk about it in all honesty. There's definitely still more I could talk about MU, right? I'm not sure how I'd format it exactly. Hell, I've never really covered the music they post, which is also really good. I should acknowledge that as well. We'll see if I do more, but I do enjoy talking about MU, and maybe one of these days I will cover the big one.
The big one.
The big one. The big one! What is the big one?
Not sure, but I don't know. Everyone who's just watching this thing here, have a great day. I hope you like, share, subscribe, all that. And if any MU devs are watching, I've covered everything, and now I must wait because you have banned new teasers from embargo. Nah, this is getting rambly. Just have a good day. I appreciate all the stuff you guys make, whatnot. And now I must wait, unless I want to do a big fucking video on the intro. We'll see. I'm rambling a bit at the end. Goodbye. Yeah. Have a good day.